Good morning to one and all present here. On this pleasant morning, we are all gathered here to participate in this national webinar on role of deep learning in IoT, organized by the Department of Computer Science in association with IQAC Sindhi College. On behalf of the management, Sindhi College, Principal Dr. K. Satyanarayana Sir, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Madam T. Sujata, IPAC Coordinator, Madam Dr. T. Hemalata, HODs of various departments, faculty members, and students of Sindhi College, I extend my warm welcome to all the participants across the country for this national webinar. I wholeheartedly welcome our chief guest, Dr. Vidya Ganesan, Professor. Welcome, ma'am. Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, KL University, Andhra Pradesh, for this national webinar. She has more than 25 years of extensive teaching and research experience. She received a Best Research Award in 2019 from DK International Research Foundation. She also presented her as a guest lecture for postgraduate trainer in BITS Pilani off campus. She involved her in various MOU activities in Bell Tiruchi and power plants Tanjavur. She presented a patent on implementation of burst water management and forecasting system using IoT in the year 2019. She worked on various funded projects and 7 proposals were submitted. Also, her proposal has been selected and presented in Indian DST. She published more than 73 journals, includes Science Citation Index, Scopus, Google Citation. Also, she is a special chairperson in the conference ICICI 20 and she acts as a reviewer, editor for more than 30 journals and conferences. Fortunately and unfortunately, we are undergoing the tough situation. Hope all of you are fine and safe. With this, I would like to invite our eminent guest speaker for the national webinar, Madam Dr. Vidya Ganesan, to share her valuable ideas with all the participants across the country. Now, session over to speaker Dr. Vidya Ganesan. Madam, please.
Yeah, good morning. One second. Yeah, good morning to all. Is my screen is visible? Hello? Is my screen is visible?
No, ma'am.
One second. Is my screen is visible now, ma'am?
Ah, yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you give your full screen, ma'am?
Yeah, one second.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
thank you, ma'am. Ah, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Shall we start the section, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning to one and all. I'm Dr. Vidya Ganesan and I finished my PhD 3 years back from Anna University, Chennai. Now I'm working as professor in Koneru Lakshmi Education Foundation, KL University, Andhra Pradesh, and I'm doing research work. And the deep learning and IoT is my topic. That is, I'm taking the topic role of deep learning in IoT, IIoT, and MIoT. That is IoT, we know, Internet of Things. IIoT means Industrial Internet of Things, and MIoT means Medical Internet of Things. That all these 3 versions, that is IoT, IIoT, and MIoT, are the ocean more topics in that. I am taking deep learning, how the role of deep learning, how deep learning can be implemented in IoT, IIoT, and MIoT. That is, the DL is on wheel. For that, how DL can be helpful in IoT. Now, these are the topics I had taken. First one, introduction. Introduction about just what is AI and what is machine learning. and what is deep learning. Next, I'm going to take applications of ML, AI and DL. Then what is the role of DL in different domains and type of DL. Then after that, Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? How DL can be implemented in Internet of Things. Next, Industrial Internet of Things and Medical Internet of Things, and how DL can be implemented in IIoT and MIoT. Then after last is conclusions, and I am ready to ask your questions. After finishing of this one, I hope you people definitely will get an idea about what is DL and what is machine learning, deep learning, IIoT, MIoT, and industrial IoT. All you can get some idea, as well as this webinar definitely will give an idea about what are the research topics can be chosen for your further works, and suppose what are the other subdivisions can be included in this one. Now I am taking you to this section. Introduction. Now I feel you feel relaxed because I am going to teach you AI and deep learning now. So relax yourself, and I'm coming to your hall or your places to explain all these topics. Now this is the is my voice is audible? Okay. Okay. Then this is the fourth topic. That is first one DL, that is deep learning, and then IoT, Internet of Things, and IIoT in the industrial IoT, and MIoT, medical Internet of Things. Why I am putting this as 4-layer means all, that is MIoT, IIoT, IoT, everything which needs deep learning. With the help of deep learning only, we can take these fields in next level. We can take this, otherwise with the help of deep learning only, this all field we can get more friendly in all these technologies. For that, how the deep learning is very important, or how the deep learning is very useful in these topics. Now the deep learning, how this deep learning, it is acting like a brain. Deep learning is like acting like a human's brain with the help of the machine learning in the sense data and artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, the deep learning is the subfield and of machine learning, and machine learning is the subfield of AI. So we generally call it as AI, but AI which needs in support of ML, and ML is in support of DL. So all are interrelated. With the help of interrelated only, we are venturing so many user-friendly devices, so many techniques we are involved in that. Now, I am just to differentiate between AI, ML, and DL. First one, this is the I am taking AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means that just we are asking that machine has to be like a human being. For example, a small child, suppose if we are giving instruction, go take the ball, come, bring, like that we are giving instruction. Like that, the machine, we are having one machine or one robot, we are giving instruction to the machines that go, take, up, move, down, like that set of instructions we are giving to the machine. Based on set of instruction, the machine starts working, but it doesn't think. But what is the instruction we are giving? It follows our instruction. So it cannot think artificially, but we make the machine to move like a human being. So that is the role of artificial intelligence. So this support is not needed for machine. So what we have to do? We need some more techniques to make a machine like a human being, how we are thinking, how we are recollecting, how we are predicting all the things like that. We need machine has to be done like our brain. For that, what are the other two criteria we need is, one is ML and other one is deep learning. So ML is one is nothing but machine learning. The machine learning which collects all supervised data, unsupervised data. So it collects all the data. Then with the help of set of algorithm, we are getting what is the output, what type of output we need. Based on set of algorithm, we are deriving output, that is labeling without label and decision. Like that, there are so many algorithms or so many techniques we can use in deep learning to get the output. So this is also not necessary for the artificial intelligence. So what what we are going for, then we are going for the deep learning. So the deep learning, which thinks same like a brain. So suppose if we listen a song, then we can tell who is the he is acting on that. Everything we are able to recollect within fraction of second. Like that, the deep learning, with the help of deep learning, it also able to recollect our machine also able to recollect all the things. For that, we are in need of deep learning. Next one. Next I'm moving to DL strategies. What is the strategy? That is deep learning. The core type of deep learning is ANN. I'm taking only three. These three in comes under the deep learning. That is ANN, artificial neural network, and convolutional neural network, and recurrence neural network. Based on these three, that the DL comes, I am taking only these three network under the now what is that deep learning. After the deep learning, this all these three fields, how this can be used in the field of machine learning, and the machine learning, how this can be used in the field of artificial intelligence. So these are the interlinking of that is strategy, how the strategy is developing. One is DLL, that is a deep learning. After the deep learning, machine learning which invokes AI. So this three AI, ML, DL, or this is the core. With the help of core, we can design ML, and based on these three, we can include in the field of AI. So this is the next strategy of deep learning. Now, where we are using the deep learning application, why all the places are deep learning, deep learning, deep learning, why deep learning is necessary. So what and all we can do in deep learning, and just taking some fields and what we can do in the deep learning. First one is healthcare, because nowadays we are very much a problem. We are facing a hectic problem due to the not concentrate on the healthcare. So the deep learning, with the help of deep learning, what the deep learning can do in healthcare, that is dietary intake. So what are the dietaries we are taking every day? What is the calories we are burning? How much diet is needed based on work? Suppose if we are doing physical work, how much of calories are required in the morning and the middle and during the night? Suppose if we are doing any physical activity, so it will suppose if we can give all our data, all our routine work, then what are the input, what is the food we are taking, then that with the help of deep learning, it will give idea. So what is the calories you need in the morning, and what are the calories you can take in the lunch and dinner, what is the food or what is one you need. So that much of instructions can be taken, where the deep learning will give guidance about the dietary intake. Next one, it give information from food images. Sorry. It give information about food image. One second. It give information about food image. What is a food image? For example, I'm showing idli, some plate of chutney and idli and on some other. By looking the image itself, the deep learning where it gives what is the ingredients used in the idli and red chutney, white chutney, sambar. Suppose if we give the photos of all, then the deep learning, what are the ingredients, what are the cooking vessels are required, how much of what are the recipes can be used, all it will give with the help of the deep learning will give. Next one, extraction from medical image. We know all the time. I will explain the deep in the medical IoT, what are the medical extractions. Next, we move to the education. How deep learning can be used in education. Natural language translation. What is natural language translation? I am just taking Google translation. What is Google translation? Suppose I don't know Spanish language. Suppose I want to talk with the person who knows Spanish. What I have to do, I can, with the help of Google Translation, what I am talking, it will be converted into Spanish language, and the Spanish language can be converted into Tamil or English, what I know or what I chose. So that natural language translation is one which translates our language, either Spanish or what is a Chinese or any language what we can. So natural language translation, Google Translation is an example for deep whatever language it can be translated. Then second one in that identifying struggling students. So what is struggling students? All the students, we are in the teaching field. So many students may get in trouble by understanding the concepts due to some lack of concentration or lack of facilities or lack of some drawbacks. So this can be the deep learning, which identify what is their capacity of learning, how much they can learn, or what are the exams can bring, what is their drawback. Everything we can identify, taking as more than teachers' role, parents' role. That deep learning will take a students' data and it analyze in where he stuck, what is the problem, how this can be rectified. All can be solved by means of deep learning. Then next one is digital certificate. The digital certificate, suppose if we are giving more number of coursework and more number of courses he has done, then it can be submitted. He can also get degree. Like that, what are the deep learning gives suggestions about what are the courses are needed for you, what is his interest, for that, what is the ambitious work, what is his research ambition, or what is his ambition. Based on collecting the ambition, it will give some certificates from the certificate course ideas. Then the students will start working on that. Then he can get all certificates. Next one, industry. How in the industry, in that digital transport, what is that? Intelligent transport. How the raw material can be transported from one place to next place without wasting time. The lean management, everything can be done in the industry. Then waste management and monitoring pollution. That monitoring pollutions can be done with the help of industrial for the industry. Next one is the agriculture. In that agriculture, that disease recognition, for the disease recognition, for example, a plant which is not sufficient when the food, water, or some urea is not sufficient, or some for that time we identify the plant. After identification of the plant, whether that plant will grow, what is its growth, how it grows, what time it takes time, how when we can get fruits or vegetables from this one, can be identified with the help of deep learning. Then land, what is the texture of land, and then crop classification can be done with the help of deep learning. Then automated monitoring. What is automated monitoring? If we have field agriculture field, suppose if we are somewhere in the not in our place, it can be controlled automatically with the help of sensor and the cloud. Then deep learning, it will give idea about what is the previous history, how it can be done. All idea can be remotely, we can monitor our agriculture land. Next one is the smart city. In that smart city, how the crowd movement can be controlled, or what is the social distance can be maintained nowadays, what is the smart parking, then garbage collection, how garbage collections can be done, all with the help of deep learning. Then media, this is the media. In that one, we are now the present upcoming technology or present technology is deep fake. What is a deep fake means? Suppose a person who that is either actor or any politicians. Suppose we want to give a message to your birthday wishes, or you want to give a message to the people, means just whatever it can. What is that person and your message and person message can be fused, and what is the one you want to talk, it's like the person is that the political person is also looking like. I'll show the deepfake video. Then after that, image recognition. Then Netflix nowadays, what is the film you want to see? How much of movies are watching everyone? So these ideas and all given by that deep learning. Next, other important one is that is next one, sports. In that sports area, what is the player behavior? How he is behaving during the games, and then intelligent sports arena. After that, identification of offensive play. We keep on, if we are doing offensive play in the matches, then it can be identified. Then group activity recognition, all can be done with the help of deep learning. Next one, this is the another example, that is image recognition, natural language processing, and portfolio management, prediction of the stock price, then drug discovery. After that, speech recognition, robotic and self-driving car, everywhere deep learning is very important. So only I suggest deep learning is on wheel. So with the help of deep learning only, artificial intelligence is the driving force for artificial intelligence is deep learning. Now, this deep learning application, suppose if you have an image, it can be detect the image. And suppose if I am talking in audio, it identify my who is speaker, or how whose audio is all this one. And then for next one for web, what is from the drawing, we can design from the content, everything can be by means of deep learning. So deep learning is also identify, even though if it is in the same group, that is it's a cherry or tomato, it easily identify or easily differentiate how much of cherry and how much of tomato is in that bowl. This can also, this is a give, I am giving example for all deep learning concepts. Now this is the engineering version of the deep learning. So first one, access the data with the help of sensors. You can first collect, that is it comes under the industrial IoT and files, and then with the help of database, you can get the access. After that, analyzing of the data. How analyzing of the data can be done? By means of data exploration and pre-processing of the data, and then domain specific data, all can be done with the help of done by means of analyzing the data. After that, developing the model. What is developing? We are designing AI model, and algorithmic development and modeling can be done by, these are the engineering approaches. Then deploying, but what are the apps are required for everyone, and then enterprise system and embedded devices, all these are the engineering view of the AI deep learning. Now, this is the scenario of a difference between machine learning and deep learning. What is the input? For example, why we are giving input and then feature extraction in the machine learning. What are the features to be extracted? That is in the feature extraction. Then it can be classified. After that only you will get it is a car or not a car. This can be identified. But when we are using deep learning, feature extraction and classifications are together, and it identify it is whether it is a car or not a car can be identified by means of deep learning. I'll show one by one after that how deep learning is working. Now, what are the data types used in the deep learning? Deep learning, that is, first one is sequential data, and second one is text, and third one is the image. Normally, we are using three type of data. One is by data, numeric data, and text data, and image data. These are the three type of data. So from this data, what we can derive? One is extract the relevant features. What are the relevant features can be? What is the need of data? With the help of data only, we can extract the relevant features and understanding the past. What is understanding the past? How this can be identified? That is past data. So with the help of data, we can understand how the past, how the scenario is in the past. Then with the help of past, we can predict the future. After the future, then explore the relationship between multiple data streams. So data is very important for even AI, ML and DL. With the help of data only, processing can be done. So in that one, so I am dividing the data, that is normally this is by universal data can be by means of sequential data, text data and image data. So text data, image data, all these purposes only for extracting the relevant, understanding the past and predict the future, and relationship between the past and futures can be done by means of data. Next we move to the neural network. That is, there are, what is the need of neural network? That is one second. This is large data set is required and large computational power is required. Large data and computational power is required for the neural network. What are the three type of deep learning? That is, first one is artificial neural network. It can be used to maximum for numerical data, and CNN. CNN means convolutional neural network. Mainly we can use it for images, and RNN means recurrent neural network. It can be used for time series data. After that, now for example, I am taking ANN. Where we can use ANN? For I am taking one example, that is new word for to book a flight ticket, airline ticket price estimation. For that, how ANN can be helpful. What are the data we need? First one, origin of the airport, and then first, what is the origin, from where we have to start? What is the destination? For example, we wish to start from Andhra Pradesh to San Francisco. So what is my origin? Here Andhra Pradesh is my, that is a my Vijayawada is my origin of airport. From that one destination, I wish to go to San Francisco. Which date I have to do? I have to mention. What is the airline? So by giving these 4 lines, how the ANN will predict, will price estimation after 3 months or after 6 months or after 8 months, or depends on the season, either Diwali and then Pongal, or by means of New Year, or during this coronavirus, how the airline tickets may be, like that. This scenario is the living example. For that, what are the 3 layers I am taking is input layer, hidden layer, and output layers, which are required for price prediction. First one, departure. What is the need? How the data, how the predictions can be done? The predictions can be done by means of departure date is the heavier factor, because which date we are following, the date is important. Why? How we are considering weightage for the date? Because there are so many number of airlines between origin to the destination. So we can choose any flight, but the date is that the date from morning 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. So 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. we are taking this departure date is the heavier factor because they among these 4 data. Then each neuron has some activation function. By taking this activation function, the historical data of ticket prices. What is temporal data or what is historical data means? The temporal and the historical data means it will give nearly lakh of data can be analyzed and processed. This will, it will analyze what is the origin, what is the destination, what is the date, is there any function on that date, is there any World Cup or World Cup cricket match, or if it is a football tournament, or any tourist on that day, or any functions like that, if there is auspicious for marriage, like that. It takes all data, then it analyzes the data, then it give a prediction of that December to January, this much of tickets prices will be. It will predict the date. It will predict the price. So it will give the prices of what is the price, or what is the price maybe between December to January, during after February, during March, during April. So time seriously we can get each month we can prediction of the prices. So large, so it gives large airport departure date combination, and it gives large list of prices. From the price nowadays, with the help of so many websites, we are analyzing which price we can choose. All is based on this deep learning process. Next, we move to the convolutional neural network. What is convolutional neural network? Mainly, it is used for imaging input. Image is input. Images in the point we can take image as an input. Then weight and bias to object and images. So we are giving weight and biases to object and images. Next, third one is analogous to connectivity pattern of human brain. How human brain neurons are connected and predict the image, like that CNN is also connectivity. By using connectivity pattern, it takes the results. The next one objective is convolutional layer contains set of filters. So these are the basic aim or object of the CNN. How CNN works now I'll tell. For example, taking the cat image. It is a first image. It shows 64 into 64 into 3. Totally 12,288 pixels are in the cat image. So in that cat, it's a blur vision. We cannot able to identify what it is doing. So I want to visualize more. Suppose if we enlarge the image means we can get a blur image. Without the image should be blur, we have to get the object of the image. For example, by means of 1000 into 1000 into 3, I want to enlarge into that size, that is 3 million pixel. This, with the help of DL, the cat face can be closer than the original. With this can be possible with the help of DL. So DL, deep learning, which enlarge the pixel size by identifying the object of its eyes, nose, ears, and without any blur, we can see the object of the cat. So this is the convolutional image I'll show one more example for CNN. This is the both are horse and zebra. They are in the same variety or same family. When we are taking the skeleton of these two images, these two are same, but there are so much of difference between the color and its family. In a family, there are so much of difference. Suppose if we want to identify, first we have to take the outstage or a skeleton of that image. After that, how this can be identified, the image can be, what is the difference between the images can be possible with the help of CNN. Now another feature is also, suppose if I draw pencil sketch, suppose if I draw pencil sketch as an input, it will give an output images, that is it's a normal ordinary face, like a face, a photographic image. See the second image, this is also, that is another one, yeah, men, first one is female and it's a photography, that is it's looking like a real image. Another example is, that is another sketch and the man picture is showing. So this is also example for CNN. Next we move to the another. What is the another one? GN. In that one, CNN, it's a subdivision of GCNN. That is horse. How zebras and horse. How zebra. These are the different example. That is zebra and horse into zebra. And summertime picture. How the summer will be. Suppose the winter. How the winter picture will be. And then summer into winter and winter portion into summer, all can be possible, or transmissions and identification can be done with the help of convolutional neural networks. And also how this can be happen, how this is, for example, I am taking one first division input. In that pixel, 28 into 28 into 1. In this 28 into 28 into 1, I am taking one pixel. In that one pixel, it can be enlarged into 24. One pixel can be enlarged into 24 into 24 into N1 channels. Again, that one pixel from the first part, again it will be enlarged into 12 into 12 into N1. And again one pixel from the second, it will be again enlarged into 8 into 8 into N2, and then 4 into 4 into. So each and every pixel is enlarged in more number of more size. That is first one convolutional with valid padding, and second is called maximum pooling, and third one is convolutional with 5 by 5 kernel valid padding in the sense that is combining these two, and then again maximum pooling, that is combining of next to two layers. After that we are getting N3 unit. From the N3 unit, then output can be generated. So each that is small pixel can be enlarged without any blur or without any loss of images. We can get more clarity of images with the help of convolutional neural networks. For example, I am telling one more example. This is a boy, a little boy who is sitting on the bouncing horse. So that by human being, when I am looking this picture, what and all I can identify a little boy who is sitting on the bouncing horse. The horse is on the grass. The ground is covered with grass. There is some toys backside of the boy, and one gate is there. By visualizing this picture, my brain is identifying what are all inside, what are all in the picture. So the computer should also identify what are the images present, what are for that we are educating artificial intelligence, that is by means of deep learning, how AI identifies. So deep learning, the driving force of AI is deep learning. So the machine which identify that who is the what is the boy name, and what is the how the boy is sitting on the horse, and what are the toys are in the screen. Everything is the machine will understand. How this can be possible, I will show it in the next picture. How this can be done, break the images into overlapping of image tiles. Image tiles in the sense it can be broken into tiny particles. Each and every image is divided into overlapping of images. So not only by dividing into small, overlapping of images in the sense that is one images can be one pixel can be overlapped with some other. So this whole image is divided or breaking into number of overlapping image tiles. After that, how this can be? It will take one input tile. After that, this will be processing a single tile into neural network, convolutional neural network. Then it will give what are the objects are present. Even though human vision, some objects are not identified, but with the help of CNN, it identify what is the window size, what is the screen they are in the including the window size, what is the screen they are using, what type of finishing the screen is. Like that, all can be analyzed by means of features included in the CNN. So how much of features we need? We have to give data about the previous data. It extract number of data from the previous histories. Then the result, the next one is the result from each tile into new array. So first one, it will give into a new array. Then the third one is the output of the array. After that, next one, then downsampling. What is downsampling in the sense? It gets after dividing into, that is enlarged into n number of scale pixels. Again, each pixel can be taken as sampling, which is good, and it takes that pixel for the maximum pooled array. Maximum pool in the sense maximum storage, for that it get more quality of images. It enlarges the image. After the enlargement, it takes the best images and it takes the sampling, or it takes the good pixel image from that is called maximum pooled array. Now, after this one, 5-state pipeline. So the input image is the first step. It takes convolution, then it takes maximum pooling. After that, fully connected neural networks. All the pixels will give the array size. Then whether it is a match or whether that it is not a match, or what is the images, what it represents, who are all involved in the image. Everything can be defined with the help of deep learning. And another image is also one more good example. I am just giving nearly plenty of birds are inside the bird images. So by using deep learning, the deep learning which identify what is the bird, what is the variety, whether what is the every history of the bird images can be, it identify the bird and its family. All can be identified with the help of, suppose if we are giving more lack of birds images also, it identify the images, then image. And one more example, non-bird images also. For example, I am taking in Chennai, there is a famous Perungudi garbage collection. If we keep the images of that garbage collection, then in that Perungudi images, there are so many things are in that one. Suppose if we take the image, we can identify what are the products, whether how many plastic product, which are that iron, plastic, and any what is that, any type of garbage, or what type of everything we can be analyzed with the help of deep learning objects. So only with the help of photography itself, we analyzed what are the images, what are the objects are present by using the deep learning. Now, RNN, next one is the RNN, recurrence neural network. What is this one? The output is from the previous steps which are giving into the input for the current step. So first one, we are giving one input and we are giving the result. The result again giving us the input. So this type of task is called the RNN network. That is, it uses, what are the one? It uses sequence modeling task, and then speech recognition, and then NLP. NLP means natural language processing, and time series prediction. Then our last one is back propagation through time. So these are the important can be with the help of RNN. So RNN, I'll show one example for RNN. So this is the third type. One is ANN. Then I showed example by flight ticket reservation. Then CNN, how the CNN can be used for only image. With the help of images, how the images can be analyzed, we can get the output. Next one is RNN. RNN is the sequence modeling task, and for speech recognition, natural language processing, time series prediction, and back propagation through time, all can be done with the help of RNN. Now, example for RNN. For example, if we are giving the bike, it will give it with the help of sound. It will identify the what type of bike, what type of car, what type of two-wheeler. Everything can be troubleshoot, or everything that sound can be analyzed, and it will give what type of bike is going. And suppose the sound is not clear, what is the problem in the bike? So machine troubleshooting can be done with the help of RNN. For that, sound tracking. Suppose if the two-wheeler is in good sound, means we know. Suppose if there is any starting problem, or if there is any brake problem, or if there is some other problem, easily identified by human being. With the help of machine, all machine processing of machine or sound tracking of machine can be identified with the help of RNN in the deep learning. Now another example of RNN is speech recognition. Already I told you speech recognition means suppose I stored my voice, it identify my voice and it will tell who is talking, what is her name, what are the what is the tone, what is the volume, everything it will analyze. Yeah, that is by means of my voice, identify my voice by using deep learning RNN. Then music generation. If that music generation, suppose if we give 2 or 3 note means, then automatically for good mood, for a happy mood, and it based on suppose if we give mood specification, it automatically generate the next sequence of moods. For that we use music generation. Next one, sentiment classification. What is sentiment classification? In the feedback, RSS feedback and all, we are nowadays we are going for the online product, online shopping. In that online shopping, there is one option, good, bad, best, like that. Suppose if we want to give some options, which is there is nothing to like in the movie, which with this, suppose if this option is them, what is the star is to be represented? It is a 1 star, 2 star or 3 star. Automatically we no need to represent any star representation. If the sentiment classification can be transferred into star representation, or star rating can be done by means of RNN. Then DNA, what is the sequence of DNA? Nowadays that corona DNA can be medicine, and DNA ladder for DNA can be identified with the help of RNN only. So what is the DNA sketch is designed for this, how the DNA for the corona is they released. Based on that DNA, they are identifying drugs for that DNA sequence. Then machine translation. Machine translation in the sense, suppose if I am talking in English, somebody want to know it in Tamil or into Telugu means, by means of machine translation, my voice or my content is translated into what is their language, it will be translated. Then video activity recognition, whether the person is sitting or whether the person is sleeping, then running, everything can be identified with the help of video activity recognition. For example, nowadays all we are doing online classes, whether the student is listening or not can be identified with the help of video activity recognition, whether he is in front of camera or he is not listening or he is opening some screen, all can be analyzed with the help of video activity recognition. Then name entity recognition, in the sense, for example, I am typing number of words, in that one, what are the names and what is the other names can be identified with the help of RNN. Next, I move to one more example for NLP. NLP, this and all comes under RNN. RNN is also part of the DL. So deep learning, ANN, RNN, CNN are the some main subdivisions of DL. Next one, NLP. NLP is the natural language processing. For example, this morning I took my dog for what? It may be automatically give us to walk. For example, if we type in the inbox Google, hope this letter finds you in good, automatically a good health. Good, then if we press good means automatically morning will come. Then I enclosed one document here with the enclosed, like that it will give the next word of the word, all by means of natural language processing. So what we are typing, the next following word can be identified by means of NLP. Next one, another example for NLP is the This and all comes under RNN, or this is part of the DL. So deep learning very much useful in this area, NLP and image and RNN by using the last, that another category is the time series analysis. So automatic attendance system. So when you are entering into the college or when you are entering into the classroom, automatically by with the help of RFID in your ID card, it catches your entry and then it store your attendance. When you are going to canteen, how much of time you spent in the canteen, and at what time you are coming back to the class, how much of time you are spending in the corridor, who are the peer group friends, what are the activities you involved, how much of time you are utilizing your system, how you are social, what is the activity in your social media. Everything can be analyzed by means of time series analysis. Student prediction or automatic attendance prediction can be done by means of deep learning. Another example is one is Alexa. For nowadays, for example, in developed countries, they are using Alexa. Every month, periodically, we order more number of things. First month, we used to shopping all grocery items. Second month, second week of month, we use for shopping. And third week of time, we book a ticket. Then it will analyze our data. So first month periodically what it use. Suppose if we forget to give a list, forget to order, the Alexa will give you are not order paste or soap for this month. How this? Because for the past 3 months, first 1 to 10 days, you ordered paste, soap, and all. But this month you are not ordered. Is it okay or is it necessary? Is any person is involved? You are not in the inside the. You are not in the premises, or it will give a guidance that. So it will give a reminder that order paste, soap, like that. Suppose for the 10 to 20, if we are not shopping, if we are not doing any shopping, means for the past 10 days you are not order any shop. So I am giving idea this much of this is the offer you are giving in this shops and all, giving better try, like that. It give idea about each and every scenario. It understand our work, and then it will give an idea about it predicts our behavior. So first morning, at what time we are wake up and how we are going to office and what is our usual work, everything it keep on analyzing, and it will give idea you are not taking food in this time. Every time you are taking food, so you are not taking food. It is giving you, it feel like a better well-wisher who is being with us. It we keep on giving idea about better, because in most of in corona days, in these days, everyone we are sitting in one room and being with the machine only. So better then the machine will give, we can talk to machine, it will give a reply. It will, how are you, like that. If we ask me, it will give a reply, yes, I'm good. You are most of the time you are spending in mission, so better go take food, like that. It will give a instruction, it will give a message. So that is all by means of deep learning. How it can take the data? So that by with the help of micro audio, or our that is our laptop, or what we are using phone. It will analyze our work. It will take the data from from our mobile and from our laptop. It will take our data and it will give guidance. This is the time to stop. This is the time to go to outside, take food. So so everything it will give idea. All this can be done with the help of deep learning. So the deep learning, with the help of deep learning only, they design Alexa machines. Now I'm just recapping of DL. That is, it consists of 3 layers: input layer, output layer, and a hidden layer. Connection between neurons are with weight and input values. Neuron apply an activation function on data. What is activation function? Each neurons can be activated, then only it starts functioning. So that is a neuron, that is the activation function. It consists of large set of data, and then neurons are adjusted using gradient descent. And what a language we can use? TensorFlow and PyTorch and MXNet can be used for DL. This is the, I'm just giving recap about what is DL. Now I'm going to take you to IoT, how deep learning can be used in the IoT. Now IoT. What is IoT? Internet of Things. After that, next step of the Internet of Things is Internet of Everything. So Internet of Everything, which gives identification, sensing, communication, computation, service, semantics, all can be done with the help of IoE. So everything we need is electronic gadgets or device for our work. So identification, sensing, communication, computation, service, semantics, all collection comes under IoT. Now, what are the technologies can be used in IoT? Sensor technology, and then wireless communication and networking, smart technologies and nanotechnology. Sensor technology, what is sensor technology? It collects the for the real-time operating system, for the real-time edge device, we can use sensor networks. So it collects all process data to detect changes in the physical status of the things. And then wireless communication with the help of Wi-Fi, we are using wireless communication and networking. Smart technologies in the sense processing capabilities of different part of the network. Then nanotechnology, it is a smaller part. With the help of nanos, we can this is also one type of enabling IoT devices. What are the how the IoT can be used? That is by means of radio frequency identification. This is the type of IoT device. IoT can get the data by means of radio frequency identification. What is RF frequency? If I am example, nowadays we are using RF frequency for thermal temperature checking, for corona thermal, whether temperature is in normal, like that we are checking everywhere now. That is by means of using RF frequency identification. The next one is near field communication. Near field communication, it will give 10 centimeters. For example, in Chennai and all, suppose if we want to book a metro ticket, or if we want to book a ticket for in the metro station or in the railway station, if we before we don't need to buy a ticket, we have 1 hour by using the app. When it is within 2 to 3 kilometers, before 2 to 3 kilometers to reach that station, with the help of near field, we can book a ticket, and then without any with the help of the ticket we can catch the train. That is why near field communication. Next one, barcode. Everywhere nowadays the prices can be identified with the help of barcode, and QR code, which is used for counting, for which is that numeric, alphanumeric and binary field, which is used to efficiently store the data. I'll show how QR codes can be used. Next, digital watermarking. So with the help of this technique, IoT devices can be activated. Now that Internet of Things, this is the layer of Internet of Things. First one is the physical layer. Normally network means, suppose if network by default it is divided into layers. So what are the layers? Perception layer, networking layer and application layer. What is the perception layer? It comes under physical layer. And what are the towers? That is, what are the physical devices we are using? And then next layer is, that is the radio tower, satellite, that is by means of using mobile, and then satellite, and then wireless access point. These are the next connectivity. After the connectivity, middleware, either we are using cloud server or mobile devices. What is the connectivity? And then big data analytics, how the data can be analytics. Next one is the application, where we are using the collected data, and last the application layer, how we are using the application layer. So Internet of Things is divided into number of layers, and each layer, that is application layer, network layer and perception layer. So this is the layered network architecture. For after that layered architecture, now I am taking one example how DL can be used in IoT application. Now I am taking RF, radio frequency. For that, with the help of radio frequency, how DL can be used in radio frequency. It can be used for attendance prediction. For example, a student who is coming regularly to the class, and he is attending all the classes, and he is at a regular, then he is going at the regular, after that for class hours over, then what are the courses he is attending, how much of attendance, that students behavior predictions can be done with the help of RF frequency. RF, by way, that is his ID card having any RF frequency, means by RF frequency what is the courses he is involved, what is how much of social activity, what time he is coming to the classes, what are the publication, how much certificate course he has done, what is the percentage of marks. Everything here we analyze, and we can predict the student whether he is getting placed in 7 lakhs package, 10 lakhs package, 50 lakhs package, 70 lakhs package, what is his growth, at what time, suppose if he is doing this much of course, then he may be placed in Google at 60 lakhs package. Or if we are not, so it will be a boost to the students, or we can encourage the student, what is his behavior, how this can be predicted in the placement, all can be done with the RF frequency. Then next one, disease prediction. That it is in that, and now we are taking this scenario of corona. Suppose if we are not following any social distance, and we are not using any gloves, or not using any mask, and not using any soap solutions and all, there is a more possibility of getting corona. So we have to be aware that how much of precautions to be taken. So it will give idea about disease prediction by using. So I am using social distance. I am not moving out. I am not traveling for more than past 10 days. I am not going out. This much of data are collecting from the user, and then after collecting from the user, then it will give it prediction. It give that disease prediction. As well as suppose if we are taking healthy food, and what is our immune, what is our hemoglobin, and if there is any historical disease and all, we don't have any disease and all, then what is the possibility of disease. So by using RF frequency, we can predict. So you can research a topic. This is a research topic. You can take this research topic and algorithm, and how this can be predicted. This is one RF. Next one, near field communication, predict and amber alert message. For example, if any suppose in Chennai or in some other places and all, there are some, we used to see, there are, be aware of this image, be aware of this man, like that we used to saw so many pictures. Then this picture, by using this deep learning, this images can be captured, and it will give an alert message that the person is very near to you. Be caution. Be keep your belongings. Don't keep your handbag and chain safe. Like that, it will give an alert message by using near field communication. The person who are in the near, it will give an alert message about the person who is that mischievous, or who is some mischievous identification of the images can be given as the alert message to us. Then barcode. By barcode, it predicts the sales and the quality. When we are all the products nowadays, by they are using barcodes. With the help of barcodes, sales can be analyzed. How the sales of the each product, how it will be improved, what is the quality of the product, everything we can analyze with the help of barcode data. So by analyzing barcode data, how frequently that product is purchased, what is the quality, what is the feedbacks and all coming, how much of drawback is in that product. So each can be identified with the help of this barcode. But deep learning can be used in barcode. Next one is QR code. So with the help of QR code, we can predict the product details and product market price and offers in what are the offers in sale. We usually QR code in the brochures or in the pamphlet, that in the advertisement and all, we can see QR codes. By showing these QR codes, then we capture these QR codes in our mobile and show it in the QR codes. They will give it automatically. It can identify this person. This much of persons are looking to your advertisement. This much of persons are venture your websites. Like that, we use this QR codes. So the QR code give a prediction about how much of what is the product details, how much of products the people who want to buy which product more frequently, what is its market price, is any sale offer is required for that QR price. Further, it will give an idea about that predictor. That Amazon and all nowadays, they are giving sales based on our customer feedback and based on customers' requirements. It gives offers, and it gives more offers. So QR codes. And the next one is ambient intelligence. Ambient intelligence, it gives prediction of network usage and network traffic. The prediction of network usage in the sense, for example, take one hospital. In that hospital, there are now so many people are coming to the hospital. That time, what is the present capacity of the network? If so many people are coming to that hospital, how much of network is supported in forthcoming, how much of bed is required, how much of not, that is based on all hospital management can be done with the help of this ambient intelligence. Ambient intelligence not only by network, what are the other sub fields also can be predicted with the help of this intelligence. Then network traffic can be identified. Network traffic, the sense if so many people are in the theater, one film which is released today, they are giving Wi-Fi. So much the crowd is expecting, the crowd is more than 3,000 people. So one or two Wi-Fi is not supported by for the all 3,000 people. So how much of network traffic will be on those days? So network can be more number of how many networks can be needed for that, all can be identified with the help of deep learning. Then cloud usages and prediction. Cloud usages in the sense how when the cloud is to be overloaded, for that we can use cloud usages and its predictions. Then DL in IoT, it can be used for real-time application and then situational awareness, and then it is adaptive to very user needs and process optimization, complex autonomous system and healthcare. Next we move to the DL. This is the IoT in deep learning. That is transportation, industry, market and school, and then smart home and agriculture. Next I'll move to the industry environment. In that industry environment, it is divided into four: Internet of Things, Internet of Data, Internet of People and Internet of Services. For Industry 4.0, it is the collection of all Internet of Things, data, people and services. So these are the Industrial 4.0 holistic view of Industry 4.0 version. What are the things they are required? RFID, Internet of Things, Big Data Analytics, Robotics, 3D printing, Machine Learning and Mobile Technology, Cloud Computing, Cyber Security, all collection. Suppose if we are involving so many technologies involved in the industrial IoT, definitely we need deep learning to communicate between the machines. Otherwise, there is some resources may be wasted. So with the help of deep learning, the proper communications can be done between the machines for the proper utilization of all technologies. Then this is the another industrial perception: consumer, health, finance, retail, government, energy, transport, industrial and other. These are the some subdivisions used in DL. I'll just due to time constraint, I'm just moving to the next one. So now I'm taking one Airbus. This is the factory of the future Industry 4.0. Now the whole Airbus is only by one person who control assembling all the airplane parts by controlling by only one single person who control all the parts. That is by means of industrial IoT. This is all technology, robot, all manufacturing can be done with by one person who built the whole flight or aircraft. What are the field 17 industrial requirements? One is 3D printing, 5G technology, AI, augmented reality, automated blockchain, cloud, and then robots, cyber security, digital twin, drone, IoT, platform, machine version, and then quantum computing and virtual reality. These are the industrial IoT needs. DL can be utilized in this field. Now, what is the need for IIoT? Industrial IoT for the cost and for the complexity. For the cost means eliminate waste and loss and eliminate hidden cost reduction. Then complexity, it uses nanotechnology, cyber physical system and then exponential technology, and then competition, digitization, increased competitiveness, globalization, and then customer, it personalized the customer, fast, cheap and quality, total customer satisfaction can be done by IIoT. For that, deep learning can be used. Next one is medical IoT. For the medical IoT, image recognition by brain tumor and then skin for the skin problem and hemorrhage and ECG and NLP text mining, DeepMind Health, then clinical language annotation, result analysis can be done with the help of medical IoT. What is that one? Next one, healthcare is for TB detection, discharge summary, description of a prescription generation, Alzheimer's disease and glaucoma and cancer, skin cancer, everything can be done with the help of deep learning. These are the interlinked. We are taking the core interlink: insurance, hospital, medicine, and health. These four, by using DL, all these interlinked field can be worked together to get a good solution for the healthcare technologies. Now another one is I am just showing one example for the product customer and then sales marketing. I'm just taking this for automatic billing. For example, when you want to bill by using manual, how much of time is wasted for each, that is for claim submission, for benefit verification, prior authorization, and then inquiry, claim payment. For when we are using it manually, how much of money is needed for manual. When it is dollar, we are using this much of amount is required for medical IoT. With the, now the corporate now, they badly in need of this billing support to reduce the cost by using deep learning. And then the driving factors behind NLP is, that is for clinical data and support value-based care application, then patient provider, after that patient with health literacy, and then need for higher quality. Last one is identify patients need improved care. Then this is the one sample how DL can be used, that is genome or the DNA, and what are the drugs and assay, then clinical data, all can be fusion, that it gives three type of prediction models, that is multitask can be done with the help of DL by taking number of inputs. And I'll show one more example. This is the input images for that is input images for the cyst. Then how this can be analyzed? It can identify what is the size of malignant and whether benign or uncertain. All can be done with the help of medical IoT. And last one, this is the you can use Python or R for the DL, but R can be used for statistical type of analysis. And Python is the programming language. We can use Python for supporting all this one. And then these are my publications I have. If you have you can go through these publications. I published more number in the IoT, industrial IoT and medical IoT, and I am using DL for student prediction and the big student prediction analysis. And I now in the Corona period, how the students' learning capacity, what is their academic improvement, all I finished I submitted my research work in reputed journal publications and all. If you want, you go through these publications. And now I am waiting for the questions. This is the full motion. I am just to give a gist for all this IoT, IIoT, and MIoT, and how the role of IoT, the role of machine learning in all this field. Now I am waiting for your questions.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful and informative session. Really, we gathered more knowledge and detailed explanation about deep learning in IoT with very excellent examples, ma'am. Now it's time to query session. Dear participants, kindly post your query in chat box. Now session over to Dr. K. Geeta, Associate Professor, Sindhi College. Madam, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, ma'am.
Thank you.
Today, I would like to take the opportunity to express my gratitude of this session. And we are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, ma'am. And one participant asking question, Akila Satish Kumar. Wireless sensor also sends the data and covers the area.
Yeah. Yeah, wireless sensor. Yeah, pardon me, ma'am.
Wireless sensor also sends the data and covers the area. Why we move to IoT?
Why? Yeah, it's a very good question. Sensor, that is, IoT is a collection of device, not only sensor. We can use a mobile device, we can use watch. All gadget is considered as a device, IoT device, part of IoT. Sensor, it senses. Whereas for every, even if you are using watch, electronic watch, there is sensor is present in the watch. All edge devices considered as IoT. Sensor is an explicit device, but we can use sensor in all electronic gadgets. And all electronic gadgets, sensor is also used as a part in that. Mainly sensor is used in IoT. In the major portion, sensor is used in the IoT.
Another one more question, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Difference between IoT and WSN.
IoT and WSN, wireless sensor network is the, it only connect all sensor. For example, disaster management. I am just fixing one disaster management for fire. I want to detect a fire alarm. I'm deploying sensor in one building. Okay, suppose if any fire is coming on that, it gives just giving a alert message to the fire alarm is after getting fire thermal or after giving sensor which detects the fire and it give a alarm message. Wireless sensor network is fully connected with the sensor only, whereas IoT is the collection of sensor and a collection of mobile devices and a collection of all gadgets, even internet, all type of communication. I told no, that is near frequency. You can use RF frequency. You can use Wi-Fi. You can use cellular, and then nanotechnology and Wi-Fi, 802.3, 802.11, 802.16, and what is that? All type of IEEE 802 standards can be used in the IoT. Whereas sensor network, it is belongs to one 802.16, that is wireless LAN, wireless BAN, wireless collection of all 802 standard is IoT, but only one is not the 802.11 is the wireless sensor network, IEEE standard.
That's all, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you. I am so happy to deliver to my knowledge and share my knowledge to all. Once again, I thanks to all for your patience in listening my idea in the industrial IoT and MIoT. Thank you.
One second, ma'am. One more question is there.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Suggest any existing algorithm for deep learning that can be used for IoT devices.
Existing algorithm can be used in IoT devices. Yeah, existing
Yes,
algorithm can be used, but you need input from IoT devices. So, what is the input you are getting from the IoT devices? You can analyze with the help of deep learning algorithms. So, input you can get it from IoT devices.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. And one more thing. Can you share information about any new research topic in machine learning? This is a question from Heyman NC.
Machine learning topic, machine learning research topic. What is the one we are using it? DL. The deep learning input you can get. Machine learning is the input for DL. So, what is the topic I have given here as the research work? You can use it as machine learning as the basic step, and you advance it to the deep learning.
And
Even
one more question from the pod.
Okay, if that is, for example, in the student attendance system, the machine learning, how machine learning, what is the from first standard onwards or from sixth standard onwards, what is his behavior in studies, in what are the course he has done, everything he is collected for n number of data, not only from one student. For example, 7 lakh student, for example, 10th student, there are 7 lakh students are going to write their exam, means we can collect 7 lakh students data, and then we are analyzing, that is comes under machine learning. From the data, if we predict for set of students, means it comes to the machine deep learning.
And one more question from Yes Narayana case, ma'am.
Yes.
How much strong in mathematics a person should be carry out research in IoT?
That is statistic is enough to for what is that AI, that is ML and deep learning. So that is statistic in the sense logistic regression and linear regression, and these are the some statistical analysis, gradient descent. The statistic knowledge is enough to enough for DL as well as ML.
Okay, ma'am. And one more question from Dilli Prasad participant, ma'am. By using IoT technology to control any remote system.
Yeah, you can control any remote system. I told no, that is agriculture land. I'm having my agriculture land somewhere near my native. I want to control from here. So what I should do, I can keep lot of sensors, and that sensors is connected to cloud. With the help of cloud, I can share the data is shared via cloud to my mobile, and I can view what crop is, how the crop growing. Like I can also remotely watch. One more example I can also tell. Suppose if what is that, deploy camera on my house from my working place, who is standing on in front of my room and who is using my car, and everything I can watch from my workplace. I can watch my home by connecting one single camera. That camera is connected to my screen that I am using with the help of one app, and who is standing on my home, in front of my home, and I can talk to that person. I am now not in my home, to come later. Like that also I can give a message to the person. This is possible with the help of IoT. Remotely we can control. Remote example for this one.
Another one more question from Sai Saujanya Yedendra. If we want learn about deep learning, what are the best resources to learn?
Best resources to learn towards data science, like that website I think he is asking, or self-study, I don't know. But in the internet support towards data science and Medium is the best website to learn ML and DL.
Okay, ma'am. That's all, ma'am. All the questions or queries are over here, ma'am. Thank you once again, ma'am. It's a very wonderful session, ma'am.
If there is any, they suppose if they need any research support, I can also give idea for them. They can contact me in any of the that is Google, my website, or my personal mail ID. I can ready to help in their research work.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your wonderful support, ma'am.
Thank you.
We come to an end of the national webinar session. I'm very much grateful to our management, Sindhi College, Principal Dr. K. Satyanarayana sir, and Head of the Department, Computer Science, Madam Mrs. T. Sujata, and IPSC Coordinator, Madam T. Hemalata, for giving me opportunity to organizing this event. Now I welcome Mr. U. Murugavel sir, Program Coordinator, Department of Computer Science, to propose the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible, madam?
Yeah, thank you.
Good morning to one and all. On behalf of Computer Science Department, Sindhi College, and as a program coordinator, it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Dr. Vidya Ganesan madam, Professor, Computer Science Department, Koneru Laxmaya, Education of Foundation from Andhra Pradesh. At this juncture, I am happy and proud to say that she is my guru. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you. I'm very proud of you. You be my student.
Thank you very much. I'm honored, madam. I also thank our management for constant support and guidance. Special thanks to our principal, Dr. K. Satyanarayana sir, for support and his guidance. I also thank my department HOD T. Sujata madam and my colleagues for their support and guidance. Last but not least, my heartfelt thanks to all the participants from all over India to make this national webinar on role of deep learning in IoT in a grand success. Thanks to all. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Thanks all.